was a little bit worried at first taking my little one out for a ride. It kind of felt like I was forcing my riding upon him and taking him along for a ride that potentially he didn't want to do. But it turned out he loved being outside.
Yeah, that's right. And thanks to our good friends at Kids Ride Shotgun, we're going to show you how to ride with your kids on e-bikes. You ready?
Yes.
You ready?
Yeah.
E-bikes.
Let's go, dude.
E-bikes.
E-bikes. E-bikes.
There you go. Then now you need to all the way. Yeah. Whoa. Keep going.
Really well. Right, before we get riding, let's take a look at this new Kids Ride Shotgun Pro Seat and how it differs from that original model you may have seen previously from Kids Ride Shotgun. Well, this one has zero frame contact, meaning that it isn't in contact with your frame whatsoever, so you're in no danger of scratching up or damaging that lovely paintwork. And of course, you've got a load of access to press that power button, particularly if you've got it mounted on the top tube. Next up, it's lightning fast to swap between bikes. Quick release up front, quick release out back. Literally, you can flick it onto one bike and off as you need it. And lastly, this seat is suitable for regular mountain bikes and of course e-mountain bikes. With that fatter down tube, sometimes you will run into problems getting those footrests to clear that down tube, but this is literally one seat to fit all bikes. Right, so let's take a look at some of the tech details of this seat then. Well, it's going to suit kids from 2 to 5 years old with a maximum weight limit of 27 kilos. And this seat is super adjustable. I mean, you can slide it forwards, you can slide it back, you can extend the legs, loads of adjustment going on, and it's all super easy. And even Allen keys come in with a box. You've got everything ready to go straight away. And mounting this up front, it fits on a standard 1 1/8" steerer, which is common on most bikes out there. Just make sure you've got 10mm clearance above your headset top cap to make sure that's going to fit nicely. And out back, well, that fits onto the seat post, and this fits on most seat posts from 27.2 to 34.9mm. So here's some top tips to help you and your kids have the best day ever.
Keep us safe.
First and foremost, keep your little one safe. They're precious cargo. No matter how slow you ride, it's a priority. Never allow your kids to ride without wearing a helmet. Also, get your kids some eyewear. Cycling-specific glasses or goggles will protect your child's eyes against insects, branches and dust. Plus, they think they look super cool.
1, 2, 3. Drop it in.
Make it fun.
Make sure they are into it. Ask them. Forcing kids to do something they don't want to do is a surefire way of them not having fun, or you for that matter. When it comes to riding off-road, trail centres are a good place to ride with your kids. Green or blue trails, or even the fire road loops are perfect to get you and your child out there on the bike.
Don't make it too serious or try to coach them too much. Don't do this, do that. This should be fun, not too much hard work.
See if they have any friends that might want to go for a ride as well. You never know, they could become lifelong riding buddies.
Get the right bike.
Cody learnt the skills on a 10-inch balance bike, then a 16-inch balance bike. Then no stabilisers were needed for his first single-speed pedal bike. I moved him onto a mountain bike, and at first he was a little confused by all the gears and brakes, but after a few sessions he was up to speed and loving it. I totally customised his bike by moving the stem down low, slamming the seat down out the way. Just making it all super comfortable for him was definitely key.
Having their own bike to mess around on is cool, but if you want to go out for a proper ride, then taking them out with you can be really fun as well. Being out in the great outdoors and chatting away is fun, and you bond more.
What do you say to Brandon?
Drop it in.
Drop it in!
Don't make it too hard.
Avoiding the big hills is probably a good idea, but you can help out, especially if you have a tow rope on board. A lot of kids aren't that keen on riding uphill, and it can be super slow going. The Kids Ride Shotgun tow rope is great for kids who can ride, but when the going gets tough, the tow rope gives them that boost. When using a tow rope, there's a few things we'd definitely recommend. Firstly, keep your bike in its lowest power mode. More powerful modes will cause jolting along the rope and will make it difficult to steer for your kids. Always accelerate slowly. From the moment you set off, you just need to ease in that power. What's also very important is to communicate. Let them know when you're starting and stopping, when you're going to increase that speed, when the trail surface is going to change, and all other obstacles and challenges that lay ahead. And one thing to point out to be a little bit more safe would be that we definitely don't recommend to tow your kid without any understanding of the use of their brakes or have no brakes on their bike either.
From around 2 years old, it's the perfect age for the kids to sit on the bike and go for a ride, especially with this front-mounted seat. Gets them in the action.
Definitely. I love the feeling that front mounted seat. You know, you've got the protection of the kid between your arms. It's kind of like a built-in roll cage. I think it's a really great way of engaging them in the trail. You know, railing a berm, they get to feel what it's like. Hitting the face of a jump, they get to experience that G-force as long as you don't get carried away.
Yeah.
I just think it's, a really super engaging way. Way better than the back mounted, rear mounted seat.
Exactly. And also, when they've got their hands on those bars, feels like they're in control and help you do all the steering.
Yeah, definitely.
Which is nice. It's good.
But they're not, luckily. That's the main thing.
Luckily they're not, because whew,
could be a crash into the bird.
both be in the bushes. Right, you ready? You got ants in your pants. You got ants in your pants.
You're wriggling.
I did it. I put them in.
You did put them in.
Yay.
Say that. Say shotgun.
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 What did you say?
Shotgun. Shotgun.
That's it.
What's that there?
That's a microphone.
Mike.
What does that do?
I talked to Brandon in his head.
Yeah, it is. Hey. Make sure you got a plan.
Make sure you've got a plan. Keep the rides fairly short. In springtime, just keep it to around an hour, because when that weather's cold, you're the one doing the work and they're not doing anything. In fact, they can act as kind of a windbreak. So remember to wrap them up warm.
Kids still seem to love getting out in the wet and cold and splashing in the mud. But rides can be quickly ruined with cold hands, so go prepared with gloves or snacks. It can be a great lifesaver.
And lastly, don't forget that front mud guard. Don't use your kid as a mud guard. It is effective, but I definitely don't recommend it. Oh, and sleeping children on seats, that's another one you want to try and avoid to make sure they go for a nap, because I've had a sleeping kid on an e-bike and it isn't fun.
No. And you? You got ants in your pants.
You ready to
You
go?
want to go riding? More
Yeah.
riding.
More? Dropping in?
Don't touch that.
Baffling.
Don't touch that. Oh, look, he said it. What do you say? What do you say when you go?
Let's go.
There you go. There you go.
Right, hold on.
Up in. Oh, we're going up.
Ready? Yeah, you ready, Charlie? Yeah, e-bikes? Okay, good. I was a little bit worried at first, taking my little one out.
Josh, yeah, not yet. We're doing an intro.
Show Blake with one hand.
Catch the monster. Catch the monster. Catch the monster. Do 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 do. This is bumpy.